The Valuation Scorecard presents PTR's appraisal of Jabil's potential stock price performance relative to its peer group. PTR's analysis is based on three key drivers of value: growth, profitability, and risk. Jabil Inc. offers electronics design, production, product management services, electronic circuit design services, firmware development, and rapid prototyping services. And finally, it designs plastic and metal enclosures that include the electromechanics, such as the printed circuit board assemblies. It also provides three-dimensional mechanical design comprising the analysis of electronic, electromechanical, and optical assemblies, as well as various industrial design, mechanism development, and tooling management services. Very complicated business. Jabil Inc. is traded on the New York Stock Exchange with the ticker JBL. The company closed trading on June 12th at $98.47 with a market cap of $13.1 billion. Welcome to Price Target Research. I'm John Lafferty. Price Target Research identifies Jabil as having high expected growth, high financial strength, high profitability, and stability. A big positive influence on the company's valuation is its superior growth. The key question facing Jabil is, what is the market's view of its future operating performance as reflected in the current price of $98? Jabil's common shares will need to reach $165 to achieve average annual stock market performance of 9% over the next 6 years. Upper quartile performance will require $194 Jabil stock price by 2028. The quartile chart is an essential tool in producing Price Target Research's Valuation Scorecard. For each metric included, the performance of a company in its peer group is ranked high to low and quartiles identified. The high end of the bar is top quartile, the bottom end is low quartile, and the line in the middle is median performance. The company's value is determined and converted to a percentile and also plotted with a red dot. In the analysis, 12 investment variables are used, arranged into 4 categories: valuation, growth, profitability, and risk. Quartile charts help define the company's investment profile. Instances in which Jabil's relative position is either top or bottom quartile help give the company its investment personality or its investment profile. Jabil's investment profile is very sharply outlined. A large number of characteristics stand out: low dividend yield, low P/E ratio, high forecasted profitability, low financial strength, high stock price volatility, low equity market value, high historical growth, and high earnings variability are all extreme. Relative to the S&P 500, Jabil has moderate growth characteristics. Its appeal is likely to be to capital gain-oriented investors. The company is of low investment quality. Its valuation is moderate, with a low dividend yield, low P/E ratio, and moderate price-book ratio, and this reflects neutral investor expectations. Jabil's peer group consists of 14 companies that have very similar investment and operating characteristics. The company has very high valuation and above-market shareholder returns. Its current valuation levels are very high relative to the peer group, and recent market returns have also outperformed the peer group. Relative to the S&P 500, Jabil's overall valuation is quite low. 4 of the 5 factors are lower quartile. The highest factor is the price-equity ratio, followed by the P/E ratio, and then by the ratio of enterprise value to earnings before interest and taxes. The lowest factor is the ratio of enterprise value to revenue, and its lower quartile. Current annual total return performance from Jabil of 46.1% is upper quartile relative to the S&P 500 and is outstanding. Current 5-year total return performance on an annualized basis of 26.9% is upper quartile relative to the S&P 500. Growth has been Jabil's biggest valuation strength. Its historical growth has been very high relative to the peer group, and forecasted growth is also relatively high. Earnings growth, revenue growth, asset growth, and equity growth have all been superior. These factors avoid market perceptions of the company. Jabil's consensus growth rate forecast, which is the average of Wall Street analysts' forecast, is 12%. in line with the average of the historical growth measures. PTR's growth rate forecast of 15% is above the consensus and above the average of the historical growth measures. Jabil's return on equity is group leading. This factor has strengthened market perceptions of the company. The company, however, has very high excess cash and will have to work hard to reinvest it at attractive returns to support the current levels of profitability and valuation. Return on equity forecast is 39.9%, slightly above our recent forecasts. A dramatic, steady increase between 2014 and 2022 occurred. We're currently significantly above the 2014 low of 8%. Jabil's risk profile is favorable. Overall variability has been relatively low, with relatively low revenue variability, somewhat above average earnings variability, and relatively low stock price volatility. The company's financial strength is relatively high, and earnings expectations are only average. The debt-to-capital ratio has risen in recent periods. The earnings score measures the recent trend in earnings expectations. A high score indicates a very positive trend in expectations, while a low score signals eroding expectations. Jabil's earnings score is 53. That score is moderate, indicating pretty stable investor expectations currently. Relative to the peer group, Jabil's wealth creation profile is very favorable. The profile is based on measures of warranted value, appreciation potential, and total shareholder returns. The recent trend in the company's warranted value is 54.7%. This rate of change is relatively quite high. Jabil's appreciation score is 70. This appreciation score is average, resulting in an average factor rating of 50. Jabil's one-year total return, as mentioned before, of 46.1 is superior, and its 5-year annualized total return of 26.9% is also superior. Jabil's total shareholder returns are expected to significantly beat the overall equity market. Based on current investor expectations, Jabil shares should reach a level of $285 by 2028, a 19.7% per year total shareholder return. The 2028 stock price of $165 would reflect median performance, and a price of $194 would be required to reach upper quartile performance. PTR's value trend rating is the overall measure of a stock's attractiveness relative to a universe of all companies traded on North American exchanges. The value trend rating combines the appreciation score that measures a stock's appreciation potential relative to the universe, 0 being the lowest, 100 the highest, and the power rating that measures its current timeliness, 0 again the lowest, 100 the highest. High value trend ratings reflect relatively high levels for each of these measures. Low value trend ratings result from low levels for each of the measures. Stocks with high value trend ratings are expected to outperform the general market, while the low value trend rating stocks tend to underperform. Jabil has a current value trend rating of A, which is our highest rating. With this rating, PTR's 2 proprietary measures of current attractiveness are providing complementary signals. The slightly positive appreciation score of 70 and a very high power rating of 89 result in our highest value trend rating. Jabil's rating history has been quite stable. Over the last 41 months, the stock has been rated A or B rated almost 98% of the time. During the full 41-month period beginning February of 2020, Jabil's rating essentially remained stable at A. A couple of months where it declined below them, but it's been remarkably steady. In the recent period beginning October of 2020 and ending in June, Jabil's value trend rating has remained stable at A. Well, that's it for our valuation scorecard on Jabil Inc. For more videos, you can visit our website at pricetargetresearch.com or our YouTube channel at YouTube/Price Target Research.